Super creative.
If you shoot video on a GH4 or GH5, then you're going to want to master the Vlog L workflow so that you can be super creative. I'm Rob Lyons, and this is Super Creative. I have to state up front that Vlog L is a paid upgrade for both the GH4 and the GH5, but if you purchase a 5S, you're going to find it pre-installed. Basically what happens is you purchase it, they ship you out a box, has an activation code in it, you put it in the camera, unlocks Vlog L. What is Vlog L? It's a light version of Vlog, which is a color profile you usually find on Panasonic's higher end cameras like an EVA1 or a VariCam. Why would you use a color profile like Vlog L? Well, it's a logarithmic color profile, so what it does is it helps expand the dynamic range of your camera. In the case of a GH camera, we're going to go from about 10.5 stops of exposure latitude out to 12 stops, so a little more room between your highlights and your shadows when you're exposing your image. You would also use a color profile like this to help match cameras, whether it be a different brand or a higher end Panasonic camera that you're using this as a B cam with. And finally, it's going to allow you, like I mentioned earlier, to be super creative because it's a flat logarithmic color profile. It gives you a lot of room in post-production to get creative with your color grading and make things look exactly the way you want them to look. So if you're ready to get started and enter a world of flat footage and endless possibilities, let's go ahead and set our camera to movie mode and we'll jump into the menu system. In you go. Okay, this could not be any easier. We're just gonna scroll down to our photo style and we are gonna go over to Vlog L. Now this is subjective, but I prefer to turn my sharpening all the way down to -5 because I find the camera a little bit sharp and the softer look is more to my taste. So let's go ahead and set that. If you're on a GH4, it's literally the first item on the first menu. Next is your codec selection. On the GH4, you only have 100 megabits per second long IPB compression in 4K internally. I wouldn't use Vlog L internally with the 4. You need to add an external recorder like this Atomos Ninja Inferno to unlock the GH4's 10-bit 422 output, which is a must when using Vlog L. If you shoot on the 5 or the 5S, then you can do 10-bit 422 150 megabits per second internally, which is amazing. But even more so is the ability to do all intra-frame recording at 400 megabits per second, all I, as it is much easier for your computer to process the files as they have far less compression, but you'll need a compatible memory card to make it work. Again, the best practice, whether you're on the GH4, the GH5, or the GH5S, is to use an external recorder to record to ProRes 422. Okay, there's one more menu setting that we need to turn on to get the most out of Vlog L here. We're gonna go up to our movie menu and let's scroll down to the second page to Vlog View Assist. This lets us add a LUT into the camera so we can see the footage with a LUT so we're not looking at the flat footage, and you can actually load in a custom LUT. So this one is the Panasonic Rec 709 LUT that is linked below, but you can load several of your own LUTs in here to get the look that you want. The great thing about this is that it doesn't bake the look in, it's only for preview purposes, so your footage is still flat that's recorded to the SD card. Unfortunately, this option is not available on the GH4, but that's where a good imagination can come in handy. When it comes to exposing for Vlog L, I do it the same way I would in any color profile on any camera, properly, which is to say I don't under or overexpose, I don't push everything to the right, I pay close attention to skin tones and where they're falling on my exposure scale, and it's a great case to have something like an external monitor, like the Atomos, which has false color, so you can see exactly where your skin tones are and how they're exposed. This way, when you sit down to edit, you're in a very happy place. Why don't we go do that right now? Alright, so we have our footage in the can. It's time to jump into Premiere Pro and set up our timeline so that we can work with this vlog footage. Let's get started by dropping a clip in the timeline. We're now going to go up to Sequence, select Sequence Settings, and here's where the magic happens. We are going to select Maximum Bit Depth. A warning is going to pop up basically saying you need an awesome computer to deal with these higher settings. What's happening here is it's converting to a 32-bit color space, so there's a lot of headroom over our 10-bit footage, but if you don't select this, you will have problems. You'll see color banding and you will see artifacts in your color correction. So make sure this is selected. This is a must with Vlog L footage. Click OK. Next up, if you recorded on an external recorder, you're probably already in QuickTime Apple ProRes 422. It'll detect that. If you recorded on an internal codec, you're probably on this, iframe only MPEG. We want to switch that to QuickTime. Specifically, Apple ProRes 422. Next step, your frame size. Right now it's in full HD for our previews. We want to make this 4K. So let's go ahead and fix that right now. Now this last setting, maximum render quality, you might wonder what that does. And that is for when you're resizing your footage. So if you're scaling your 4K down into a 1080 timeline, you would want to select that to eke a little more quality out of your frame size change. Let's go ahead and click OK. It's going to delete the old render files and replace them with the new ones. All right, now we're going to go ahead and jump into our Lumetri color panel. And we're going to correct this flat footage with a LUT. Now let's go ahead and apply the LUT supplied by Panasonic, specifically for Vlog footage. It's the Vlog L to Rec 709 LUT. So we're going to go ahead and select that and apply it. And instantly you see that it's changed our footage over to a more standard color space in Rec 709 with all the saturation and contrast that comes with it. So before and after. Now I don't want to turn this into a full color grading tutorial. That is a lesson for another day. It's very subjective as well. But what I do want to do is just give you a sneak peek about what we're doing in the next video, which is looking at the GHAlex LUT. And what that does is take your Vlog L footage and turn it into ARRI log C footage. So it converts the color space over to the ARRI color space, which is pretty amazing. We all know that the ARRI Alexa is known to have the best color science on the market. And the company that made this LUT did a lot of work and math to convert Vlog L to log C. I think it's a great LUT, so here's just a little sneak peek on kind of the difference on a basic correction, and then we'll get back to work. Okay, so here is the Vlog L to Rec 709, and then next to it, this is the GHAlex with a neutral start LUT applied, an ARRI Alexa speed look. And I'm just bringing this up just because I think it's really cool that you can go Vlog L over to the ARRI Alexa workspace. Back to the matter at hand, we are going to export our clip. We've done all our color correction. Here we go. Export, media. Now, hopefully you're still with us because this is a really good tip. Anyone who missed out, this is a secret. There's a bug in QuickTime on the Mac which causes your footage to get a little washed out and a little desaturated on export. This is going to fix that. It's not Vlog L exclusive, but it is going to help. So here we go. On our export window, we are going to go to our effects tab. We are going to select Lumetri Look LUT. We are going to select the QuickTime Gamma Compensation LUT. This is going to fix the bug in QuickTime. Now you'll see over in our preview window, everything just got a whole lot darker, more saturated and contrasty, and it's to compensate for the issue that we will encounter when we export our footage. You may not notice that when you export QuickTime footage on a Mac, that it's getting a little washed out and a little desaturated, and this is the cure. Okay. Something specific to what we've done is this box here. We're going to use previews. Now, these are those Apple ProRes 422 full 4K previews that we set up in our timeline earlier. Now we don't have to re-render anything when we export this clip. That is the only specific thing. The use maximum render quality is really only when you're resizing. So if you're going out to 1080 on your export, make sure that's selected. I usually just leave it on just to ensure I'm getting full quality. Let's go ahead and name our clip. We are going to go with Vlog. And it already exists. This clip already exists because the first time I recorded this tutorial, the battery died, who knows when, and I just rambled on and on and on to a dead camera sitting next to me. The second time I did it, I realized that the microphone wasn't plugged into the camera. Rookie move. The third time, I was having a problem with QuickTime and the screen recording, it just wouldn't record the whole thing. And actually the fourth time there was a problem in QuickTime. Something going on in Premiere Pro and the colors were jacked, so I had to re-import my clip because there was some funky stuff happening. So here we are. It's attempt number 4 or 5, I don't even know. The struggle is real. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and export that. Let's replace it. Okay, we're exported. Now I'll quickly show you the difference between those two clips. Now this is with and without that QuickTime setting. Okay, so without, let's take a quick look. You can see it looks pretty washed out. And if I move it over compared to our timeline, let's get this out of the way. You can see that it definitely looks washed out. Now let's go to our corrected clip. You can see that that looks exactly how we wanted it. It's identical to our timeline. This corrects the QuickTime clip. All right, so you can see how that corrected the issue in QuickTime. Now, I don't know why this is such a big secret, why there's no more information about it, why Premiere Pro or QuickTime, Apple, someone hasn't fixed this, why we have to go digging deep to find the answers to this. If you know more about the subject, please leave a comment and let me know. I'd love to find out some more about that. I think this is going to wrap up our Vlog L workflow tutorial for the day. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this a little bit helpful. The links to everything we talked about are all down in the description for you to download. And one last bonus tip is that Panasonic offers all their Vlog LUTs, all the looks, for free. So everything's set up for the VariCam and the EVA1. Now it's not intended for the GH4 or 5, but there's nobody saying that you can't give it a try and get super creative. Okay, so before we leave, I have to remind you that we can be reactive or we can be creative. It all depends on how you choose to see.